Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalayim La Yahaba Shem Yahshaba Shem Kudash, and double honors to the great Muslim apostles. Thali Yahshua for the strength and all to make this video, and Yaratazar this helps to also build up your knowledge too. So this is the part 2 to the previous video which I made, which was AI with implants, something along those lines that I named it. AI with implants, man. Because really, all in all, AI, the technology, artificial intelligence, can be used, if not will be used, inside of the chip implant, man, in order to, of course, have those automated systems, which would not be to the choosing of those of whom are enslaved by it. Because at the end of the day, that AI will submit to Esau anyways, man. So, yesterday I was reading Revelation 13. So I'm going to start off with that again. So this is Revelation 13 and 16 to 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That's everyone right there, man. Both small and great, probably in terms of status. It says even says here rich and poor in terms of financial status, free and bond, whether you're a servant to one, or you're a free man. So to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So all these people saying this is the mark of the beast, that's the mark of the beast. The one indicator of the mark of the beast is whether one can be able to buy or sell. All commerce, you could say, in terms of dealing with business, dealing with the markets, financial transactions, all of that would then be rooted in one thing of which will restrict one's ability to buy and sell. And that's going to be that implant, man. Whether it be in the hand or it's going to be in the brain, which is what the head represents. It's going to be in the brain, that Neuralink chip, DARPA chips, and some other chips, but they're all going to work for the same system anyways. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell. That's the indicator. That even just using the reasoning of the scriptures, if you want to know, okay, what's the mark of the beast, or what's, a close time to know, okay, this is the time that we're in, which we are in that time anyways, but when you get to the sensitive area where Esau actually releases it, you'll know that it's the MOTB. You know that the chip is the mark of the beast because of the fact that you can't buy or sell anymore with your cards, with your phone, as payments, with cash. All payments will go through that chip implant. That's how you know you're in that time, man. That's going to be the pinnacle, really. The ultimate test of faith, as I said last time. So let's get back to it. So Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So all that is really just giving reverence to, that beast system, man, which is through the mark, taking the mark of the beast. So, which again, the beast being America, and that NATO and the EU system. All together. So here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number 600, 60 and 6, man. Which 6 again can represent it can represent man. It could also represent reflection as well, because there's going to be a lot of reflecting. There's going to be a lot of reflecting in that time to come, because people are going to be on the verge whether, okay, should they take the chip, should they not take the chip. If they don't have the fear of Yahweh Shai, that means they'll take it. That's why I have to always pray to have the fear and the faith in Yahweh Shai in that time to come, man. So we stand our ground through Yahweh who strengthens us, and also we fear Yahweh, which will then lead us to take the action to reject the MOTB. Which, of course, he'll be the one to preserve us from the hour of temptation. Let's try to get that one as well. If I recall correctly, it should be in Revelation 2 and 9. Or something like that. No, 3 and 10, something. 3 and 9 or 3 and 10. Yeah. This is verse 10, verse 10. So Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua will keep us from that time where people will be tempted from a chip implant, man. Imagine something so small could be the damnation of a person's vessel, man. You know, most that's cold. So of course, that small thing you shouldn't underestimate it, because everything, your whole, how can I even say this? But as I said before, your vessels, which at the end of the day, the vessels that we have are temporary. But the point being is, I'm trying to find a way to say it, man. But really, we can simply put in there, our trust in Yahweh Shem Yeshua is broken. You know, not our trust, but for those who take the chip, for Israelites who take the chip, their trust in Yahweh Shem Yeshua is broken if they take it, man. Which really, at the end of the day, 2/3 were never really down for and giving reverence to Yahweh Shem Yeshua. So for those of us who are serving Him, praying to Yahweh Yahshua, have faith and belief that He will protect us and will preserve us. He will preserve us from the hour of temptation. That's the way Yahweh will keep the sanity and preserve our minds in that time. So continue on, Revelation 3 and 10, which shall come upon all the world. All Israel is going to have to face Israel, not just Israel too, but heathens as well, to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So this thing going to be worldwide, man. Where it's going to be, as I said, it's an exam. That exam you cannot fail. For those who fail it, it's a done deal. All bets are off. I remember Apostle Tar making a video on that as well. All bets are off, man. But let's continue on with that video. Let's continue on. It was around 2 minutes or something, but I'll start from here. Which this Neuralink implant, it will be used for payment, man. I don't know what series or show that I saw, because I was scrolling through brothers when they uploaded some shorts. There was a movie or series where a person had to scan their forehead in order to make payment, and that's a mad thing. Don't be surprised when you start seeing that in these times, man, because that time is coming. The Neuralink implant or the hand implant, man. Some may even have both, which they're done for anyways. All right, let's continue.
I want to move my cursor without looking at it constantly. I want to click and drag. I want to scroll and read at the same time. Do you know how hard those simple things are with eye gaze? I hope you never have to find out. And, if Neuralink succeeds, maybe nobody will have to learn that again. I am honored to be a part of this mission.
So we basically, the way we think the BCI team in Neuralink, we are your pit crew. You'll be on the wheels to drive the BCI, and we're here to support you. This is the team, and they basically work on trying to make sense of the neural data we record from your brain, and to translate it to something useful for you. Either moving the cursor on the screen to click, maybe handwriting, or even playing games on a gaming console.
I remember the first participant was actually doing a showcase of him being able to play games, with that chip implant, man. So of course they're going to use that to entice the children, in that time to come. Which of course children, they don't really have that wisdom. That wisdom is being built up within them gradually as they grow, especially for the male children. But point being is that this will be used there'll be different tactics used to entice people. Entice just means tempt people, to drag them in, attract them, in order to take this darn chip, man. Same way they'll be lining up for the latest Apple iPhone, Now, of course, that technology is external, but this technology right here, which goes internal, that's the dangerous one, So I'm not trying to say that getting an iPhone is bad. Brothers do what they want, man, in terms of getting a new phone. But when it comes to this implant, that's when your awareness must be heightened, and you gotta reject it. And then that's when we believe, through the power of that Yahweh bestows upon us, and through the will of Yahweh, that's why we say Yahweh Shazar, that He will preserve us in this time, to reject that mark of the beast, man, that implant, no matter what, even if it means death. There's a quote that I heard, man. If I die, so be it. That's the point. That's the mindset that we have to be in. And Yahweh Tazar, it's not just talk, but of course, when actually faced with a guillotine, or however that we're supposed to die, Yahweh Tazar, we will die for Yahweh Shai. That's the point. And that's a worthy death, man. because that you show the ultimate level of love to Yahweh Shai. You know, there's no greater love than. Let me try and get that quickly. Okay, so this is John 15 and verse 13. It says here, hold on. Let me start from verse 12. So John 15 and 12, this is my commandment, so Yahushua speaking to his disciples, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And Yahushua said, ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you, man. You know, so of course, as we serve Yahushua, he would then, of course, return the favor, preserving our minds. And not just this too, us dying again, you know, for Yahushua is actually returning the favor low-key. But of course, the point is that he died, of course, as we say, for Israel, really more so for the elect, you know, of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But he laid down his life for us, and us just giving up our lives, we're literally making our bodies a living sacrifice, man. Quite literally. So let me get that. Living sacrifice. So it says Romans 12 and 1, I beseech you therefore, brethren, which means brothers, by the mercies of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So of course the day-by-day servitude of making videos, not just making videos, but also going out there in the houses and byways, you know, and you know, obviously this, you can even see it in the minuscule things as well, such as, you know, sacrificing your time to be with brothers as well, you know. And then yeah, that's part of the living sacrifice. But when I said literally a living sacrifice, I'm talking about the death of your current vessel right now, your terrestrial body, your current body right now, for your love towards Yahweh Shai, man. That's what it's all about. You know, so this is of course metaphorical, but it can be literal too. But the only time that it will be literal is when that mark of the beast, when they say, okay, the penalty for not taking the mark of the beast, you know, let's just say for simplicity to say, okay, there's going to be a death penalty for those who don't take the mark of the beast and are caught. I say caught because, you know, some of us will be pilgrims, you know, roaming around in the cities, you know, protected from Esau, Edom, you know. But those of us who are in the prison systems and have to face the death penalty, then so be it. Our bodies will literally be a living sacrifice. So of course, that greater love that Yahushua showed unto us, will be returning that love unto him also. So there ain't no shame in dying. So John 15 and 13, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So if you listen unto Yahushua, the words that he's commanded us, then, which is obviously through the scriptures, then of course we are likened unto friends of Yahushua, man. And hence why he said in verse 15, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Hence why the true breakdowns of the scriptures, the understanding, Harakhat Qadash being bestowed upon us, this is actually a privilege, man. So we are likened as friends to Yahushua. Now, of course, I will say servant unto Yahushua, because, yeah, of course, you got to give Yahushua that reverence too. We are servants. We're servants, but we are also friends. And, of course, that will be more so confirmed, you know, Yara Tazar, when we get that salvation, man. You know, but, of course, we have to serve. You know, as I said, the servant is not greater than the master. Hence why we're also called servants too. You know, so hopefully you understand that. But the point is, we're servants, but yet we will also be friends. We are friends of Yahushua, but as long as we do what he says. Remember, that's the condition of verse 14. If ye do whatsoever I command you. And he's commanded us, obviously, don't take the mark of the beast. So Yara Tazar, through the Harakhat Qadash, that he preserves our mind. And as we serve right now, he will keep that strength within us to reject that mark of the beast. So let's get back to the video.
You'll be on the wheels to drive the BCI, and we're all here to support you. This is the team, and they basically work on trying to make sense of the neural data we record from your brain and to translate it to something useful for you. Either moving the cursor on the screen to click, maybe handwriting, or even playing games on a gaming console.
I am so excited for Neuralink because we're going to be able to go outside. We live in sunny Arizona, but he can control the eye gaze better if he's in a place that doesn't have changes in lighting. And so we keep everything pretty dark. Also, we close all the blinds and the windows. There's a lot of sun a lot of the day, and he's without communication if we go outside because it's just too bright to be able to control it. So he misses out on a lot of things because it's really uncomfortable to go to, say, the kid's soccer game or go over to the pool and watch him swim, because if he needs help, he can't communicate that in any way. Brad and I have 3 kids. Lincoln is our oldest. He is 12 now. Edison is our number 2, and he's 9. And Abigail is our youngest, and she's 7 now. He's gonna go without having food. Hello, welcome to the crazy house.
Hi, Abigail. What do you got there? You got a lot of candy from Trick or Treat? So Elon was hoping to FaceTime Brad and the family.
Yeah, man. Of course, these are heathens as well, because they were celebrating, so-called Halloween. I don't know if you heard what the guy said here. Where he mentioned you got all that candy from Trick or Treat. But anyways, man, the Most High is using these vessels as an example of, what Esau's going to be using to push, again, disabled people. That's what it's going to be using, man. Anyways, let me fast forward, because this part is literally just Elon Musk, being on the call, and and essentially just talking to him. Let me just see something. Hold on.
That's my slide. So get there. he's out now.
Family time's important.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So we'll catch up after and hope it's an awesome outcome.
Okay.
Anyways, let's forward. You see Esau just standing there, doing his thing. And it just reminded me of a precept as well. Because, of course, these so-called doctors and physicians, surgeons, film will be used to implant this thing. They actually have no value at the end of the day. Because they do it, despite that, they don't realize that them putting the implants will result to cancers being put in the heads of the people, of those who take that implant, whether it be in the hand or in the head. So Job 13:4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So of course physicians are referring to, the profession of doctors and those in the medical field you can liken it onto. The old day physician, or really those who dealt with the herbs, but of course, Esau right now is a forger of lies. They don't even realize that, over time, they haven't even considered about scar tissue, man. Keep flipping, I guess redoing the surgery at some point. If it be so. Question is, have they really considered that scar tissue? But at the end of the day, the Most High is still going to put he's going to put cancerous, a noisome and grievous sore, man. Revelation 16:2. So let's see. So physician, it says to heal, to make healthful, to heal of the Most High, healer. And yes, it is of the Most High Yahweh who heals us anyways. He puts the potency of the herbs. He's the one who allows that to even work. So healer, physician of men, of hurts, nations, involving restored favor. Let's see. But really, it just goes into one who's supposed to heal. But again, considering that he's a forger of lies, it says, but ye are forgers of lies. Esau ain't going to be flipping healing no one, man. He's just going to make the vessel even worse. All those foreign objects, that foreign object implant in the body, it's not gonna do any good, man. Gonna start flipping forming scar tissue because the thing is, if the body can't do nothing to clear it off, scar tissue will eventually form. Now, imagine scar tissue being formed around it, that could also block the signal too, which would then lead to another down surgery. So again, physicians of no value, man. You could already see the foolishness of Esau by doing this. It's foolish all in all by him disobeying the Most High anyways. So, he's done, man. He's done. Alright, so I'm going to play a bit more, get like 2 precepts, and we'll see, man. Just close out from there.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you? Hey,
Doing
Brad.
good.
Oh, wow.
Looks fantastic.
Looking awesome, Brad.
That don't look fantastic, man. You people saw the side of it. That don't look good. This is what happens when you try and embed artificial metallic objects with the human organic body, man. They don't rhyme. Let the Most High's creation be separate from the flipping artificial stuff right there. My days, man. Esau's reasoning is actually madness. It's madness.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
Good. How are you? Hey,
Doing
Brad.
good.
Oh, wow.
You see? Right there, man. Right there. Yeah, that's what the implant is. You're telling me that thing looks good. That thing's going flipping start to become cancerous at some point, because the scriptures say it. That will be cancerous.
Looks fantastic.
At the end of the day, even in the law, it talks about us not having cuttings in our skin. Which Leviticus, pertaining to Levi, that's what it means. Leviticus also mentions this in like 2 places. I'm gonna get 2 of them. So of course we were commanded not to redo this anyways. Now this right here is referring to priests. As it says, regulations concerning priests. But Israel in general shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna get a precept on that as well. So Leviticus 21:5, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh, man. We're gonna get into the point is, don't make baldness upon your head, so don't get some flipping skin cut in your head. For Jake again, Israel, especially southern tribe, when they be getting those trims with the barbers, where they keep getting those trims, those clean cuts, and then the back of their head be having some, I don't even know how to flipping what they call it, man. But when you got bumps at the back of the head, I think there's a name for it. But that's a result of you making baldness upon your head. Even if you don't get a skin cut, sometimes most I could have it where be shaving, and at the back of the head, just have flipping bumps out there, man. Where some of these barbers don't even clean their. Obviously, Jake can decide whether their barber's good or not. When you go there, just get a simple cut. Don't flipping go bald. So it says, neither shall they shave off the corner of the beard, nor making any cuttings in their flesh. So don't get line-ups with the beards and whatnot. Really line-ups in general, even with the hairline, that's still off as well. You're supposed to have a natural hairline. This society is so far gone, Jake takes pride in having a hairline. I remember those days, man, back in secondary school. People used to get mocks because of their hairline and whatnot. It's like, man, you're supposed to have a natural hairline. But because of the fact that we've been scattered in these other nations, which of course is our fault, you always got to remember that. We disobeyed the Most High Yahweh. So that's why, we were taking up the customs of the heathen. So it says, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard. Let your beard grow naturally. Don't line it up. Let it grow naturally. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh, man. So of course that's the key part that I want to get. It says, don't make any cuttings in your flesh. Don't this look like a cutting? And the thumbnail was perfect for this. Doesn't this look like a darn cutting in the flesh, in the head, to be more specific, which is still part of the flesh, by the way. You know, that's a darn cutting in the flesh. You're not supposed to do that. Now, of course, this is referring to the priest here. It says no make any cuttings in the flesh. But let me get the one as well for Israel in general. Should be 19 of verse 28. Hold on. It says sundry laws. But, you know, part of the laws of Israel that they're supposed to follow, it says in Leviticus 19:28, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon ye. I am the Lord Yahweh. So, of course, we're supposed to listen to the Most High Yahweh. Don't make any cuttings in your flesh, nevertheless. You know, don't do it for the dead, don't do it for anything, really. You know, now, of course, you know, certain brothers, they go to deal with certain things, you know, such as diabetes. So, you know, we ain't gonna shun that off. Remember, we can't be over righteous much because we're still in this day in our captivity. So some brothers gotta take those insulin shots, man. Which, you know, to each their own, man. To each their own. Because I say that because you got you could also change up your diet as well. That will help to manage it. You have to really, you know, in that type of state. You know, fasting and, you know, eating spinach, greens, fiber, exercise, of course, that will help to all manage. That will help to increase insulin, your natural insulin sensitivity. So, you know, don't be over righteous much. You know, brothers got to do what they got to do. But the point is, you know, don't make any cuttings in your flesh, man, especially with that MOTB, and especially during the time of the demic. You know, 2021, 2022, 2023, or 2020 to 2022 was really the peak of it. Don't make cuttings in your flesh, man. No incisions and all that. No print any marks upon you, you know, tattoos. Now, if you've already got tattoos, you know, before you came into this truth, then it's cool, you know. Most I have mercy, Yaratazar. You know, so you don't need to worry about removing the tattoos, you know. That's the part of the faith, man, that Yahweh shall have mercy upon you, because that was before you were awake. So, you know, and pray for mercy as you're in the truth too. So the point is, don't make any cuttings in your flesh. That's what Israel is supposed to follow. Of course, these are heathens, so they do what they want. They disobey the Most High, man.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hey,
Doing
Brad.
good.
Oh, wow.
Looks fantastic.
Looking awesome, Brad. How are you today?
So it looks like a plastic surgeon did the surgery because it's just so nice.
Yeah, this is looking great. We'll take the rest of the staples out.
I knew it was going to be a whirlwind, more or less. We went from having Neuralink at our home, working with Brad.
How's it going, Brad? Good to see you today.
A few hours in the morning, and then again a few hours in the afternoon, every day.
So the very first Imagine motion we'll try is similar to driving a car stick shift. So you'll be imagining your left hand performing these actions.
The Neuralink is put in the motor cortex. Most everybody uses their hand to control a cursor, so they're trying to link up intended hand motions to control the cursor.
I would recommend as the next one we try that you imagine holding your hand almost over a ball.
The Neuralink crew is great.
In and out. Oh, you got it.
Mosai gave Esau intelligence for a reason, man. For this very purpose right here, he gave Esau intelligence. To be able to reach his peak, you know, to be able to link a darn metallic object in the brain, to then connect with certain neurons that will simulate as though you had a physical counterpart in your body, or physical limb that's moving. What I'm trying to say really is the fact that he's had a chip that's able to simulate moving the hand, you know, and the neurons that fire in your brain, that move in your brain, you know, that charge up in your brain. Point is that he's able to simulate that to be able to see that on the screen, man. So the Most High has given him this intelligence so that he can reach his peak and he falls. Now let me get this final precept. I'm gonna link the rest of the video to the description, Yaratazar, man. And, you know, onto the next one. Because I'll keep repeating this. This is gonna be a result of those who take that chip implant. So Revelation 16, from verse 1 to 2, key part is verse 2. So, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went, poured out his vial upon the earth, which is a form of judgment, and there fell a noisome, that means smelly, and grievous, means painful, sore, upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image, man. So of course that right there, is going to be a good indicator in that time of who took the MOTB. It's going to be like, okay, people going to take it in heaps, like a herd to the slaughter. Then eventually it'll be clear, oh damn, this guy took it, that guy took it, this guy took it, that guy took it. So Yara Tazar, that's why we've got to pray that he preserves us from the hour of temptation, and also have faith that he will do so, as we keep serving him. So, and I'm talking about serving Yahweh Shai. So, that'll be an indicator in that time. And imagine just walking by and then you flipping smell someone's like, damn, that scent is recognizable because I smelled that person on the last guy as well. And the last guy had the chip, this guy had the chip. So it's like, it's going to be clear in that day, man. Most High's going to make you connect the dots. That's through the scriptures. So, I'm going to end off there. I'll link the rest of the video. I'll link the whole video really in the description. Yaharatazar. So Shalom and Yahweh Shem Yashai Brakatham.